Okay, guys, you got me. Well, you almost had it right. I've been outed. It's not a $70,000 um, car. With you mentioned the moonroof. This thing is sweet. This is $150,000+ Maserati. Ooh, I look good, don't I? I look good in it. But it's time to fess up. You know, my Maserati has everything. It's beautiful. It's leather everywhere. You know, I had to pull myself up by my bootstraps to get to this point in my life to have a car like this. I think it even has a heating steering wheel. I know, Phoenix, Arizona, but it was an option I couldn't refuse. And you know, it starts itself. It's banging, boomers. But like I said, it took pulling myself up by my bootstraps to get to this point. You know, it's the car you think I had when some of you were pretty inaccurate because it's not my car. You know it's not my car. Let me show you my car. This is my car. Can you see that? Guys, this is my car. It's a 2000 Toyota Avalon with leather seats. 2000. That means it's 20. I'm doing this without a calculator. It's 25 plus years old and it's banging. It's the car I drive to Home Depot. It's the car I make my videos in at this point. And if the channel keeps going like it is, maybe I will have a Maserati. I've had it, owned it for 5 years, paid cash for it, $3,500 5 years ago. I bought it from the original owner. I've got the original owner's manual to it. It's pretty cool. I'm going to share that, I think, in the future with you. You won't believe it. Let's go over some of the legendary extras this car has. Okay, I may have mentioned, I don't know if you can see this, but it has hail damage. You look here, you can sort of see sometimes maybe you'll see the little dimple type things on. This is really bad. It's just the whatever. But check out the mag wheels. Oh, so cool. Let's continue. So here's that sunroof. It opens most of the time. Here's the problem. Every time I open that, every time it's got electric windows, every time I put the window down, you know what my first thought is? Is this thing going to close? Is this thing going to roll back up? Because it's old. So this is my leather interior. This is what is my pride and joy. If you look, it's got a kick-ass cassette player, okay? Gadgets, I still haven't totally figured out how to use all of this. And then to top off the cassette player, it's got, where is it? Oh, the CD player. I thought it was a 5-disc. That was in my other car. I kind of went down in quality when I went to this car, I guess. But I think it plays one CD at a time, does fast forward, can track. It's pretty amazing. So there, yeah, the AM, FM, the CD player, and the tape cassette. And look at this. It says Logic Control Deck. Man, RDS. I don't even know what that means. I like to think of it as luxury for sure. It's luxurious on a boomer budget. I didn't really want to make this video, but what surprised me is in the comments between my video and the highlight video that Jack Morgan did, there was an interest and a research almost as to look at the vehicle I drove. And so I just wanted to set the record straight. I think it's, and actually, I have some things that came to mind that I realized that actually are important. And I'll get to that by the end of the video. I hope you will stay for that. I should probably just put that in the front because it's really the point of this video. Let me share some of the review comments, or can I call them accusations? It must be nice driving that Hummer. I'll try to put some of these on the screen, put them up. Why work at Home Depot if you have a Range Rover? No, I got a Maserati, baby. 150 grand. Range Rovers are maybe 100. Living in Cali. One person just knew and pegged me for living in Cali. My apologies to you who do live in California. Sipping Starbucks. What's wrong with that? Wearing Ray-Bans. No wonder he's broke. That's one of my favorite. Also, some guy or gal said, this is the kind of guy probably had or has a garage full of mini bikes now broke. I don't even remember what mini bikes were. I think I do, but that was hilarious. I hope you guys are joking. Oh, and the Ray-Bans. I apologize for, look, I got them for 50% off. The frames, they were about a $300 frame. And I got them I have the receipt. If I get a chance, I'll put it up there. But I think I paid $164 or something like that for the Ray-Bans. And it was a splurge. And it was one of those things where I said, I've never owned a pair. I'm going to buy it. Let's get a little warm here. It's about, I don't know, probably 90 something this morning in Phoenix, going to about 100. I get it, guys. We've all made snap financial judgments. But let's set the record straight. My car is over 25 years old. It's probably older than some of you. The Apple Watch actually was bought via T-Mobile, and it's on one of those deals where you get it for quote free, but you just make a 2-year commitment. Thank you, T-Mobile. And it was kind of a gift to myself, and I use it for my heart activity, which is important, and steps, exercise. The Ray-Bans, again, like I said, 50% off online. Pretty good deal. I'm not here in retirement because of my coffee spending, the sunglasses, or the car I'm driving. That really has nothing to do with, matter of fact, I must say I bought, I think, 2 brand new cars in my lifetime, both financial at the time mistakes. I did talk about that briefly in another video. And, but again, not the major reasons that affected where I'm at now. Actually, having this car for the last 5 years has been one of the best financial decisions I've made in the last 5 years because of the money it has saved me. I worked it out. I think it's cost me for 5 years now, $25 a month. That's everything, gas, the new tires, the upkeep, and as far as breaking down. And for every year I continue to drive it, that monthly cost per month will go down further. Again, one of the channel topics will be going forward is, that why did we end up here? And the majority of us have. So it's not just you and me, Boomer, that ended up hitting retirement without the nest egg we thought we'd have. And some of us ending up really, literally broke, literally with nothing. I know probably what happened. There's a small percentage that, man, they made some really bad choices, but most of us did not. And we'll go more in detail on that in the future. We came up here, the best I can describe it, and some of you in the comments said the same thing. Life happens. Divorces, the economy. We've been through 2 or 3 major economic meltdowns, housing crisis, inflation. I remember my first house that I bought was at a preferred interest rate at 13.5%. Yeah. If you had average or worse credit, it was 16%. That was 1980, 81. Look it up. And we were lucky to get that. Now we were able to refinance, obviously. But again, life happens. The Vietnam, I was 1 year away from being drafted on that. If you were drafted, that affected your life. I know, if you were fortunate enough to survive it. So I salute you for that. And by the way, this here is Memorial Day that I'm sitting here privileged. That's the kind of privilege I really have, and all of us have, is for remembering those that have served. Remembering, because when we remember, we're talking about the guys that didn't make it back and the gals. Overall, I'm living for the comments. They were funny. I really actually enjoyed them. Even the ones that got the most tough were probably on Jack's video. Jack Morgan, who just nicely talked about my video and complimented it. I really appreciate. But he has a diverse crowd for sure, and which is interesting. He's 35, and he's attracted probably as many boomers as even younger people. But anyways, they were funny. What bothers me, here it is. What bothers me is the assumption that people struggling in retirement just made dumb choices. And you're not, and then what bothers me even more is then with the attitude of I could care less, they deserve what they get. Maybe that's not always true. Sometimes people did everything right, or mostly right. They did the best they could, and that's a big lesson I've learned. I think about when I've seen people blame their parents for the way things have turned out, and in some ways there's a direct correlation to, and boy am I living proof of maybe not being as financial savvy, of seeing the things I lived through contributing to where I'm at. But here's the point. I don't blame them. Everybody lives under their own circumstances and does the best they can. You know what I know for sure is the world changes. And those changes can have a dramatic effect individually. The changes are individual. Nobody goes through the same exact things in the same exact ways. I'd like to think that my channel and other boomer channels talking about the life we had, talking about ending up here and making the best of it, it really emphasizes that what this is all about is understanding what happened, understanding each person and cutting some slack. And I apologize for some of you that you got it. You've been treated by boomers inappropriately, kind of mean. You know, that bootstrap thing showed up a number of times. I don't ever remember anyone ever telling me to pull myself because I'm at the end of that boomer boom. But I know it was out there, and there was very little sympathy or empathy, big difference, but both, very little of those shown to us or you who are now coming through about getting your life together, or you better watch out because this is what can happen. Let's all show a little grace toward one another. Hey, if you want to believe I'm driving a luxury vehicle to Home Depot and drinking expensive coffee, wearing cool shades, go for it. Nothing I'm probably going to say, nor is this video going to change your mind. But me, I'm going to keep driving my Avalon, at least for the foreseeable future. Wearing my Ray-Bans because they're really the only, number one, the prescription. I can't see with regular sunglasses. And I'm going to continue making videos in my luxury leather interior car. It's boomer life, baby. Glamorous. And I'm doing it without the nest egg.